Welcome back to the channel Valuable Coins HD. Today, we're diving into a coin that might look pretty ordinary but hides an extraordinary story underneath, the United States 2009 Lincoln Wheat Penny. At first glance, it seems like just another penny, but there's a lot more going on here that makes it a fascinating piece for collectors and enthusiasts alike. Stick around as we explore its design, history, rarity, and the jaw-dropping value it can hold in today's market. By the end of this video, you might be eager to check your own coin collection for this hidden gem. The Lincoln Wheat Penny is a beloved classic, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The original wheat design on the reverse side of the penny was meant to symbolize prosperity and America's agricultural roots. Although the classic wheat design was phased out by 1958, in 2009 the United States Mint did something special to honor the legacy of Lincoln's penny. They released a series of 4 different reverse designs, each representing a different stage of Lincoln's life. The 2009 penny featuring the wheat sheaves on the reverse is a tribute to the original wheat pennies, a nod to the coin's origins. This design captures the spirit of America's past while celebrating Lincoln's enduring legacy. But there's more than just nostalgia here. These coins were struck with a keen eye for detail and released in limited quantities at certain mints, making some versions far rarer than others. When we talk about mint marks in 2009 pennies, there are typically 3 you might come across: no mint mark for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. The 2009 Lincoln Wheat Penny with the S mint mark from the San Francisco Mint is especially noteworthy because coins from this mint were often produced with special finishes for collectors, and the San Francisco Mint is known for limited production runs compared to its Philadelphia and Denver counterparts. But rarity isn't the only thing that adds value. The condition of the coin plays a huge role. Most pennies you find in circulation have been worn down by time, losing their original luster and fine details. However, pennies that have been carefully preserved in mint or near mint condition, especially those that have never been circulated, are far more desirable. The original sharp details on Lincoln's face, the wheat stalks on the reverse, and the crisp mint mark can all drive a coin's value up significantly. What really excites collectors about the 2009 Lincoln Wheat Penny is the combination of this historic design revival and the relatively low mintages for some of these pennies, especially the S mint mark versions. Add to this the fact that many of these coins were included in special collector sets and not widely released into circulation, and you have a recipe for rarity. Then there are those unique minting errors that can sometimes turn an already valuable coin into a true treasure. Errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or misplaced mint marks can happen during the minting process, and collectors love these mistakes because they are one of a kind. If you find a 2009 Lincoln Wheat Penny with any unusual features, it's definitely worth having it examined by a professional. Even though pennies are often dismissed as low-value coins, the story of the 2009 Lincoln Wheat Penny shows just how misleading that assumption can be. This coin combines historic homage, minting uniqueness, and collector appeal all in one small package. So, what kind of value are we talking about? For most 2009 pennies, they're worth just their face value. But for that rare 2009 Lincoln Wheat Penny with the S mint mark, in pristine condition, and especially those with notable mint errors or from limited sets, the value skyrockets. These rare coins have been known to sell for a jaw-dropping $111,000. Yes, you heard that right, $111,000 for a penny that commemorates America's most famous president. So, the next time you're sorting through your loose change, don't overlook the little coins with big stories. You might just discover a treasure hiding in plain sight. Today, we're taking a deep dive into one of America's most iconic and cherished coins, the 1940 Lincoln Wheat Penny. At first glance, it might seem like just another penny, but this particular coin holds a special place in the hearts of collectors around the world. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting your journey into coin collecting, the story and value of the 1940 Lincoln Wheat Penny might surprise you. So, sit tight as we explore everything from its fascinating history to its stunning design and, most importantly, how much this humble penny can be worth today. The Lincoln Wheat Penny was first introduced in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, replacing the Indian head cent. Its reverse design features two wheat ears that symbolize the country's agricultural heritage and prosperity. By 1940, this coin was firmly established as a beloved staple of American currency, circulating widely during a time when the nation was emerging from the Great Depression and on the cusp of entering World War II. This historical backdrop adds a layer of significance to the 1940 wheat penny that many other coins simply don't have. Now, let's talk about the coin's details. The obverse side proudly displays the profile of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that has stood the test of time for over a century. Surrounding Lincoln's image are the words, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1940. Keep your eye out for the mint mark, usually found just below the date on the right side of the coin. The mint mark tells you where the penny was produced, D for Denver, S for San Francisco, or no mark at all if minted in Philadelphia. Each of these mint marks impacts the rarity and desirability of the coin, with some versions being more scarce and valuable than others. One reason the 1940 Lincoln wheat penny is so fascinating to collectors is its mintage numbers and the condition in which the coins are found today. Millions of these pennies were minted, but few survive in pristine condition because, after decades of use, most have experienced wear and tear. A penny that has been carefully preserved, especially those with a clear mint mark and sharp details, can be incredibly valuable. Coins graded by professional services as uncirculated or in mint state command the highest prices in the market. What truly sets the 1940 Lincoln wheat penny apart is the occasional discovery of rare variants and mint errors. These errors might include doubled dies, where the image or lettering appears doubled, die cracks that show up as lines across the coin, or even off-center strikes where the design is misaligned. Such anomalies make these coins stand out as one-of-a-kind pieces, highly sought after by collectors who value rarity and uniqueness. In addition to condition and mint errors, the provenance of a coin can also affect its value. Coins with a well-documented history or those that come from notable collections tend to attract more attention and higher bids in auctions. Whether you found your 1940 Lincoln wheat penny tucked away in a dusty old jar or inherited it from a relative, it could be worth more than you realize. Now, let's get to the part you've been waiting for, the value. While most 1940 pennies are worth just a few cents to a few dollars in circulated condition, those that are in exceptional, near-mint condition, especially with rare mint marks or notable errors, have been known to fetch jaw-dropping prices. In fact, certain specimens of the 1940 Lincoln wheat penny have been valued at $143,000, yes, you heard that right, $143,000 for a single penny. So next time you're sorting through your loose change, don't overlook the little coins with big stories. That worn penny might just be a key to a treasure trove. Today, we're unlocking the fascinating story behind one of America's most iconic and cherished coins, the 1941 Lincoln wheat penny. While it may seem like a simple penny, this small copper disc carries a rich history and a surprising value that might just blow your mind. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just curious about coin collecting, this video will take you on a detailed journey into why the 1941 Lincoln wheat penny deserves a special spot in your collection. The Lincoln wheat penny, introduced in 1909, was a groundbreaking design at the time. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, Abraham Lincoln, honoring his legacy a century after his birth. The reverse design, with its two ears of wheat, symbolized prosperity and the agrarian spirit of America. By 1941, the Lincoln wheat penny had become a staple in American wallets, circulating widely during a turbulent era. The country was on the brink of entering World War II, and the economy was transitioning as industries ramped up for wartime production. This coin is more than just currency, it's a snapshot of American history in a challenging and transformative period. When examining a 1941 Lincoln wheat penny, it's essential to check the mint mark, usually located just below the year on the coin's face. The presence of a D indicates it was minted in Denver, an S marks San Francisco, and the absence of a mint mark means it came from Philadelphia. Each mint produced coins in varying quantities, and the rarity of specific mint marks can significantly affect the coin's desirability and value. For example, Pennies from the San Francisco Mint often had lower mintages, making them scarcer and more prized among collectors. One of the most important factors when determining the value of a 1941 Lincoln wheat penny is its condition. While millions were minted, very few remain in pristine condition today. Most pennies you find in circulation show signs of wear, faded details, scratches, and loss of luster. But a 1941 penny that retains its original mint shine, sharp details, and clear mint mark is a rare find. Professional grading services assign numerical grades to coins based on their condition, and those graded as mint state or uncirculated command premium prices in the marketplace. Collectors also hunt for varieties and minting errors that can dramatically increase a coin's value. Some of the most exciting errors to look for include double dies, where letters or numbers appear double due to a misalignment in the die, or off-center strikes, where the coin's design is not perfectly aligned with the edges. Such unique coins are like one-in-a-million finds and can transform a standard penny into a prized collectible. Aside from rarity and condition, historical significance also plays a role in a coin's appeal. The 1941 Lincoln wheat penny witnessed a pivotal year in American history, just months before the U.S. entered World War II, when the nation's future was uncertain. Holding one of these pennies is like holding a piece of that history, a tangible connection to a time when the world was on the brink of massive change. So, what does all this add up to in terms of value? Most 1941 Lincoln wheat pennies you find are worth just a few cents or dollars, especially if they have been heavily circulated. But the rare, uncirculated specimens, particularly those with a clear mint mark and outstanding condition, can fetch an extraordinary price. In fact, some of the finest examples have been valued at $138,000, yes, that's $138,000 for a single penny from 1941. So, the next time you come across a Lincoln wheat penny, especially one from 1941, take a closer look. You might be holding a hidden treasure that tells a story far richer than its face value suggests. Today, we're zooming in on a classic piece of American numismatic history, the 1942 Lincoln wheat penny. Though it may seem like just an everyday penny, this coin holds a remarkable place in the world of collectors, and its story is as rich as its copper content. Stick with me as we explore the history, design, rarity, and value of the 1942 Lincoln wheat penny. Trust me, you'll want to hear how much this small coin can be worth by the end of the video. The Lincoln wheat penny is an iconic coin that's been around for over a century, first minted in 1909. By 1942, this penny was a symbol of resilience during one of the most challenging times in U.S. history. The country was fully engaged in World War II, and resources were tight, but the penny kept circulating, quietly witnessing the shifts in American society and economy. The coin itself features a timeless design. On the front, you see the dignified profile of Abraham Lincoln, a tribute to one of the nation's most revered presidents. The reverse side displays the famous wheat ears, symbolizing prosperity and growth. One of the key things to note when examining a 1942 Lincoln wheat penny is the mint mark, which can be found just beneath the date. This tiny letter can unlock a lot about the coin's origin. If you see a D, it means the penny was minted in Denver, an S indicates San Francisco, and if there's no mint mark, the penny was produced in Philadelphia. Each mint produced different quantities, which can affect the rarity and value of the coin. For example, the San Francisco Mint's 1942 pennies generally had smaller mintage numbers, making them more collectible. What makes the 1942 Lincoln wheat penny truly fascinating for collectors is the variation and condition of surviving coins. Millions were produced, but few have remained in mint or near mint condition after all these years. Most pennies in circulation show heavy wear, dulling the crisp details and often making the mint mark difficult to discern. However, coins that have been carefully preserved or professionally graded as uncirculated are rare gems that can command serious attention. Adding to the intrigue are occasional mint errors and varieties that can make certain 1942 pennies stand out. Collectors prize errors such as double dies, where the image or text appears doubled, or misaligned strikes where the design is off-center. These anomalies make coins unique and highly desirable, sometimes increasing their value exponentially. Besides the physical characteristics, the historical context of the 1942 penny adds to its appeal. As America was mobilizing for war, the penny was more than just change, it was a piece of everyday life amid uncertainty and transformation. Holding a 1942 Lincoln wheat penny connects you to that pivotal era, making it a small but meaningful piece of history. So, what about its value? While most 1942 pennies in circulated condition are worth just a few cents, the coins in exceptional condition or with rare mint marks and errors can be worth far more. In fact, some of the finest specimens have been valued at $136,000, yes, you heard that right, $136,000 for a single 1942 Lincoln wheat penny. If you ever stumble upon one of these rare pennies, take a moment to appreciate its history and potential worth. You might be holding a treasure that goes way beyond its face value. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most beloved and historically rich coins in American numismatics, the 1944 Lincoln wheat penny. At first glance, it may just look like your average copper penny, but this coin carries a unique story and a surprisingly high value that every collector should know about. If you've ever found an old penny and wondered if it might be worth more than its face value, this video is for you. Let's explore the history, design, rarity, and most importantly, the incredible value of the 1944 Lincoln wheat penny. The Lincoln wheat penny series holds a special place in American coinage history, first minted in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. By 1944, the world was in the midst of World War II, and this coin was part of everyday life during an extraordinary time in history. Interestingly, 1944 marked a pivotal year because, due to the war effort, copper was in short supply, and many pennies from this period were minted using recycled materials from shell casings and other military resources. This makes the 1944 penny a tangible connection to America's wartime resilience. On the obverse side, the coin features a dignified portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that has become one of the most recognizable in the world. The reverse showcases the iconic wheat ears, symbolizing prosperity and agricultural strength, two ideals that were especially meaningful during a time when the country was pulling together to support the war effort overseas. When you examine a 1944 Lincoln wheat penny, you'll want to pay close attention to the mint mark, which is located just beneath the date. This tiny letter can tell you a lot about the coin's origin and rarity. The D mint mark means it was minted in Denver, the S indicates San Francisco, and if there's no mint mark, it was minted in Philadelphia. Each of these mints produced different quantities, which can influence the coin's collectability and value. Generally, coins from Denver and San Francisco mints tend to be more sought after, especially in pristine condition. The condition of a 1944 penny dramatically affects its value. Since millions were produced, many pennies are out there, but the majority show heavy signs of circulation, worn surfaces, scratches, and faded details. However, coins that have been carefully preserved or professionally graded as uncirculated are rare and can fetch significantly higher prices. Sharp details on Lincoln's face, the wheat ears, and a clear mint mark are signs of a coin in excellent condition. Adding to the excitement are rare variations and minting errors from 1944 pennies, which collectors actively hunt for. Some coins feature double dies, where the design elements appear duplicated or shadowed. Others might show off-center strikes or unusual metal compositions due to the wartime shortage of copper. These quirks make certain 1944 pennies truly unique and can push their value to new heights, but beyond its physical characteristics, the 1944 Lincoln wheat penny serves as a small but powerful piece of history. It reminds us of a time when the nation was united by sacrifice and perseverance, making every penny from that year a symbol of strength and hope. So, what does this mean in terms of value? While most 1944 pennies in average circulated condition are worth only a few cents, those in superb condition, especially with desirable mint marks or rare errors, can be worth much more. In fact, some of these exceptional coins have been valued at $129,000, yes, that's $129,000 for a single 1944 Lincoln wheat penny. Imagine that, something so small and everyday could hold such incredible value. So next time you come across an old penny, especially a 1944 Lincoln wheat penny, take a moment to examine it closely. You might just be holding a piece of history and fortune in your hand. thanks for watching this deep dive into the 1944 Lincoln wheat penny. If you enjoyed the video and want to uncover more stories and values behind rare coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Until next time, happy collecting, and may your coin hunts be fruitful.